Time for the brake disc replacement video. We're going to do brake pads in a separate video as well as the front, as they all have different nuances, front and back, discs and brakes, as not everyone needs to do all of them. I'm doing them all. So first things first, let's go over with the things you need, and we'll get started step by step what we need to do. So obviously always lift your jack at its designated spot. Use a backup measure for your safety. You will have to remove the wheel, and obviously you're going to need your new brake disc. You will need, this will be for if you do the pad replacements, or we're going to need our extension, ratchet, sockets. We will need a torque bar, so when we retighten the nuts, we do them to spec, and a set of wrenches, I think that's it for now, and always in the screwdriver as well. What we'll do here is we'll move this is the mounting bracket for the disc brakes. This is what will hold the caliper in place. We need to remove this to be able to get to the disc brake. So if you go through the back, right here you'll have two of these. They're about 80 foot-pounds of torque tight, so you need a lot of force. I'm going to put a socket there and use the leverage to my advantage to take those out. Alright, the braking mount bolts have been removed. There's two of them. See there, one, and you see the other one, two there in the back. Now this can come off. Before you do so, you have to remove the brake hose mounting bracket bolt, which is this one here. That gives you a little bit more free room to move the braking mount without damaging the hose. So we let that come out of there. Take out these two. Okay. Now this should come freely with us. You can see that's tightly squeezing on your pad there, so it's not going to come out too easy for me. I may need to take off the caliper, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, here's the brake mount with pads. I will have to take that mount separately. Next order of business, now that the mounting and the caliper is off, here's the caliper, is you have to take out this securing screw, and you should be able to take out your disc right away. And it should come off with a wiggle. Now that's loose, and that will come out. If you ever have any problems, right here and right here, there would be screws you would screw in, and you would turn 90 degrees to lift the plate off of there. Now what I want to do shortly here, before we actually exchange them, I want to show you what makes you, why would you actually need to replace these. As the brake squeezes, they get thinner, and for each manufacturer, they have their own specifications. For this brand, this is the Nissan on the Honda Accord, and it's supposed to service limit is 8 millimeters for the rear and like 23 for the front. So this one, it's saying it's coming in about 9, but I know that this caliper is not accurate at measuring disc brake. So as you can see, the number says that it doesn't need to be replaced, and this way you can't use my caliper, because it won't be giving you an accurate measurement. As you can see, there's a space almost on both sides of that. A new disc brake, there you're getting 9.1 mils, and if we measure the old one, we get about 8.5 or so, but remember, this is inaccurate, as this surface is not, as it's worn down, this lip is a lot thicker than the inside. Before you install this disc brake, you have to clean the protective anti-rust layer, or else that will work like grease on your disc pads. So that's why you would purchase a brake cleaner, spray it and wipe it off clean, and then you can reinstall it, reverse order for everything. I'll show you that in a moment. Alright, I already cleaned it with one layer. I'll try that one more time. Apply sparingly. Okay. And we'll try that on the opposite side. Do the same thing. And clean that off. There you go. Brake disc has been replaced. I'm going to put on the mounting bracket and the brake hose mounting bracket. Okay, the mounting pad is on. Just remember the mounting bolts need to be installed at 80 foot-pounds and the brackets installed at 16 foot-pounds. That's what it's torqued at, how hard you need to tighten it. Now it's time to put back on the brake pads. First you got to put on these brackets. These pieces, as well all contact points, you do want to clean. Contact points are any pressure where the pad's being pressed on or it's gliding on. So these I clean with the brake cleaner that we used. And also, before you put any points on, you want to put on brake lubricant. So again, in all contact points where the brake pad is going to be moving, sliding, there needs to be a little bit of brake lubricant. And it doesn't have to be a very large amount. We're talking about a little dab. So if we look here, we're going to put about that much and that much. And I'll do that throughout all the points, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, the brackets are in place, top, bottom. What it's time to do now is place each brake pad in their belonging location. Let's see how we could do that the least distressing way. There we go. Good, and I'll get the other one on, then I'll slip the caliper pad in. The only thing you really want to make sure is, do you see this knob there? That knob has to be in perfect alignment with that X, so the knob needs to slide in and be right there in the middle. There you can actually verify that pin is in between the channels. So what I'll do here is I'll put mounting brackets in. I'll tighten that to 16 foot-pounds and we'll be ready to go. Alright, the brake hose mounting nut has been tightened to 16. I'll show you how I'll tighten this one. Just get it situated. And as it's clicking, it's tightening. There it clicks, so it's as tight as should be, 16 foot-pounds.